Hey, so the other day I'm with my brother in Central Park and he asked me, Troy, if you can have any superpower in the world, what would it be? And that's one of those questions, those boilerplate questions that you just think you have an answer for, but I didn't. Not the slightest. So it took me some time to think about it as we walked, and I said, I thought to myself, do I want to be able to fly? And I said, well, how often are you using that superpower, right? Like when people think about the ability to fly, it's like they forget that you're still a human being and you still have responsibilities. Like you still got to go to work. You still got to be responsible. You still might have kids you got to take care of. Like you don't just fly away and then all your problems go away with it. Like you still have responsibilities. So like how often are you using that power? And if you do have people you got to take care of, like you're not just like leaving them every day to go fly somewhere. So I guess the biggest benefit of flying is that you don't have to take public transportation. You don't need a car. So I guess in some way you save money if you can fly. But for me it's not. And there's planes. It's like it's not a unique experience. So I said I don't want to. Flying is not my number one thing. Like you're gonna bet your one granted wish on that? Like not me. Then it was a question of, okay, do I want to be invisible? What do people want to be invisible for? It's usually something lewd, something weird. Like I don't need to be invisible for anywhere. I don't need to sneak into anywhere. I can probably think of some ways in which it might be useful, but nothing worth betting on. What was another one? So like flying, being invisible, teleporting. That was a big contender. That was a big contender because I would love to go to Egypt right now, and if I can do it in an instant, wouldn't that be great? But then it's like the majesty in a lot of these places is to be able to travel there, like the journey, right? Even if it is just the plane ticket, which is expensive. Like part of the majesty of these places is that not only the wonders that's in them, but just the journey of getting there. And even Machu Picchu, where I want to go as well. Like I think you gotta hike somewhere. Like you gotta like fly in, and then you gotta hike to get there. For those of you that went to Machu Picchu, put it in the comments. Like I think that's the thing. So it's like, what would be your superpower? What would be your superpower? So I asked my brother, I said, what would be your superpower? And he said, to control electricity. And that's pretty cool because you can do a lot with that. Like you can, be a great humanitarian with it. It's just so much you can do if you can, maintain and control the power of electricity. But that's not the answer that I would have. I saw Static Shock. It was a great show, but it wasn't saving the world. You can only do so much with that, right? And shout out to them because I think they're doing a movie about Static Shock. Look it up. It's real. So it's the question of what would be my superpower. I really thought about this for a while, and I said, I really think I'd go with the limitless pill, right? The ability to retain and access information instantly, right? And we all deal with, the ability to access information all the time. It's like you try to remember a name or a phrase or, whatever, and it doesn't come to you till after you left the conversation, right? So think of the ability to read a beginner's guide to Mandarin and or just an expert guide, and then be able to just speak Mandarin that same night or maybe that same week. Because I do think the cost of that power is that you actually have to read the book, right? You can't just kind of speed read it. Although I think that's what he did in the movie. But I do think that is a worthwhile power. You can do just about anything you want with information, right? You can bend reality in a way that can really benefit you if you're able to just retain and access information, much like a library. I do think that is a worthwhile superpower. And I'll even add this, and this is where you go a little bit deeper, right? We live in the age of information, so information is instant. So you can literally look up and master anything as quickly as you can search it, right? Read up a bunch of business journals and books and newspapers and learn how to play the market. Learn how to build a business. You can see trends, I'm sure, much easier and have a better eye for it. You can literally do that. So if I want to look up biochemistry, and I had an interest to do that, I can literally look it up and I have the superpower. I'm an expert instantly. So that was my answer. I think it's a pretty good answer. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think it's a stupid power. Let me know if you have something else in mind, why flying is great. I'm all here for it. So please leave it in the comments. Looking forward to seeing your answers and talk to you soon. Bye.